Alyssa, great to have a chance to meet you. I know I'm going to meet you in person because as we speak, this weekend is going to be the media day for
Yes.
what
Are you
I have in
excited?
the background and what you have in the background that's coming up. Once again, I'm going to let you make the big announcement. What is returning for spring and summer?
Yeah. What is happening this upcoming year is we are so excited about Fury. This is the world record breaking roller coaster that is going to be opening, anticipated for late spring this year. So everybody is just a titter about it at the park.
I love this. I mean, what a way to kick off Canada's Wonderland. First of all, I got to ask you, how does it feel having Canada's Wonderland open up again for I don't know how many decades now?
It feels wonderful. I mean, it is such a treasure for the not only the Toronto area, for all of Canada, and I would even say the upper part of the United States as well. So everybody's super excited. The weather's getting better. The leaves are popping out a little bit. So we're all getting in the mood for this fun, right? In the warm months.
I cannot wait for this. As I was saying earlier, this weekend, we as media folks get to come down and try out a whole bunch of things. I've got the list that you guys emailed me on some of the fun stuff that's going to be happening. So I want
Yeah.
to sort of go through some of this stuff. Let me go right into the long weekends because long weekends means fireworks, correct?
Fireworks, yes, huge fireworks, 6,000 fireworks choreographed to an amazing soundtrack. And we have those on all the long weekends. The first one being May 18th, and then June 30th, August 3rd, and August 31st.
The other thing, of course, for me, mind you, I have been doing everything I can to lose weight, food. There's always great food. What is going on with this?
Yeah. So the big thing that's happening on the food department is that we have completely transformed King's Feast, that location. So that's going to be a whole new experience for people. We've got a brand new bold menu. So that's really exciting. We also will have some themed food for the new Fury coaster. So think Icy Inferno funnel cake and Fire and Ice pickles and a few other fun things that people will get to experience. We'll be announcing all that soon.
Oh, I cannot wait. Funnel cakes. It's like we got to do the funnel cake.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. There's like two things you got to do. Funnel cakes and what we're going to talk about now, rides. You kind of mentioned it earlier. I'm going to ask you again, what is the big thing that's been going on? I know some media had a chance to check this out too earlier. What is going on? You mentioned it earlier. I'm going to ask again.
Yeah, so we are currently undergoing construction on our brand new coaster, Fury. This is a world-class, world record-breaking double launch coaster. So this is going to be such a unique experience, and I would say for anybody, whether or not you're a fan of coasters or a fan of just really incredible feats of engineering, this one is going to be it.
Wow, cannot wait for that. But in the
Yeah.
meantime, what are some of the other rides that we can either return to, or because sometimes the lineups can get long, we may not have got a chance to try it last year, we get to try it this year.
Yeah, well, of course, we have our huge lineup of 19 roller coasters. Fury will be our 19th coaster. So you've got the Yukon Striker, Behemoth, and Leviathan for those that love those thrills. We, of course, have, I'm a mom personally. So for me, Canada's Wonderland's expansive offering of rides for the entire family, and areas for kids, right? So including the water park. For me, that's personally my enjoyment because I love seeing that first experience on my kids' faces, the awe and joy that they face when they get to, try out thrills for the first time, even if they're little thrills.
Now, people should realize too, the water park doesn't open immediately. That has to
Yeah.
wait a little bit, right?
Yeah, yes. The water park actually opens May 24th and 25th. So that's when you can check out Splashworks. And I would definitely say plan to set aside a whole day just for the water park because there is so much there.
Now, you mentioned about some other things, which of course is why I've got this guy, even though he's sitting on a speaker, I got this guy on because
Yes.
this area has something very important for those little kids who can't go on the big rides.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes. The Camp Snoopy area is absolutely amazing. And I would even say, we've had some new rides put in there. There was the Snoopy kids coaster, which is again, it's kind of that step up for kids that maybe, they're getting out of the little smaller rides and they're wanting to test, kind of dip their toes into something of a more thrilling experience. So certainly there's that. Yes, the water park, of course, there's plenty to do. I'm personally looking forward to the cliff jumping that's there, because that's something that's pretty unique to Canada's Wonderland as far as parks go.
Now, does the Peanuts gang have a new show? And there are other new shows happening this year.
Yeah, so not a new show, but certainly a favorite. We've got the Peanuts Block Party.
Right.
That's certainly for all the kids. Team Charlie Brown. There's usually meet and greets as well with the characters, and then of course all the rest of the entertainment with Circus Ambiente, the Victoria Falls High Divers, which I don't know, that makes my knees jumble a little bit just watching them. So yeah, and of course the Canine Circus Dog Show. So it isn't just about rides when you go to Canada's Wonderland. It's about the whole total experience. There's so much entertainment. The food is world class. Truly, there's like something for everyone there.
Now, is there something else going on for the adults? I'm not sure if it's because of Oktoberfest or a Brewfest or something going on.
Yes. So something that's new this year is the Great Brewbecue. And so this is just inspired by backyard barbecues, those delicious flavors. And then we're also partnering with a lot of Ontario-based breweries to bring in a selection of some of your favorite local homegrown brews. Amazing entertainment and music that's also infused in that. And so that's in August. For a couple of weekends. So in addition to that, of course, we have our Food and Wine Festival
Yes.
that happens earlier. We have Celebration Canada as well. And then, of course, Oktoberfest in the fall.
Fantastic. Okay, one of the things I love to do in talking about all this
Okay.
is the rules, if I can put it in that term,
Yeah.
because sometimes people don't understand certain things because the world has changed. And to make sure that everybody has fun, we got to make sure people know exactly what to do. So, number one, getting into the park, what do we do? What are we allowed to bring with us? Are we allowed to bring water bottles?
Mhm.
Are the size of our backpacks matter? How does that all work?
Yeah, so I would say, with the exception of Haunt, backpacks, diaper bags, strollers of any kind, of course, feel free to bring those in because we want our guests to be comfortable and have what they need for their visit. We do have some rules around food being brought into the park. So if you have special dietary needs, check in with security when you get there. But generally, we don't allow outside food. We do have gluten-free options. We have a lot of options in the park for those that have allergies. And then yeah, water bottles, bring them on in. We've got the stations around where you can fill them up. So definitely keep yourself hydrated, especially on those warm summer days.
Are we allowed umbrellas?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure because I know some places don't allow umbrellas. So okay, so we're allowed umbrellas, but
Yep.
really you should bring a raincoat anyways, just in case,
Yes.
because you
Yeah.
just never know whether.
And yeah, I was going to say if you end up in kind of caught in some rain, I'm sure you could visit one of our shops. We usually tend to have ponchos available for purchase if you happen to forget those elements. And of course, bring sunscreen.
Yes, definitely. Now, speaking of purchase, cash or not cash?
No cash, no cash. We are a cashless park. If you need to bring cash, we do have stations kiosks where you can go and you exchange your cash for a cash to card that you can bring around and use. But we are a cashless park, so leave the cash at home. You can bring your cards. If you have the Canada's Wonderland app, you can load in information in there as well. So you can really kind of handle and make your way around the park with the app for any of those purchases. But if you're looking to buy anything from our merchandise locations, definitely bring your card or else get one of those cash to cards.
And of course, depending, of course, the height of your child, there's areas where you can get, I do believe, wristbands to say this is the height, so there's no confusion when you go on to the rides.
Yes. So when you come into the gate, stop by guest services and they can measure you, they can measure your child so that you have a wristband that says like whether or not they're the right height, so that you're not constantly having to check the height for the ride.
So you guys make things so easy. I love this. Okay, so probably the most important thing because there have been some very smart people who did this already and they got their season passes. But for
Yes.
those who are now thinking about this,
Yeah.
what can they do to get their season pass? Or for some who just may want to just get tickets to come out, what do they do? What's the best way to do this?
Well, you got to go visit canadaswonderland.com. We have a brand new silver pass this year. This is an extra value pass. Yes, it is $89 currently. The price will rise at the end of May. But it's for $89. You basically get unlimited access to the park, to the events, everything going on until Labor Day. And so this is a great value for families. It includes parking in addition. You get discounts, you get past perks. There's a lot of benefits that you actually get. And for what it costs, if you visit the park twice, you've paid it off. So
Fantastic.
that's
And
great.
let's give folks a little hint too, because I did mention Oktoberfest, and of course, there's something that goes on in Halloween, and then there's something else that happens with Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus, elves, and
Uh-huh.
reindeers. What is going to be happening after Canada's Wonderland's Summer Spectacular is done?
Yeah, so fall and winter are amazing times to come visit. So in the fall, we truly have something for everyone. We have Oktoberfest. So if you're not really looking for all that scary stuff, Oktoberfest is great. You can come in and, take a beer stein and slug it down and have some amazing German-inspired food. We have Halloween Haunt, of course, which is, the Halloween event of Toronto. So we'll be announcing a little bit more details about both of those events as we get a little closer into the season. And then Camp Spooky, which is for the younger kids who aren't quite ready for the Halloween haunt level of spook and maybe aren't interested in Oktoberfest. So yeah, definitely a family-friendly daytime event with complete with, of course, our lovely Snoopy characters and all kinds of fun, including trick-or-treating.
And of
And then
course,
yes, Winterfest. Sorry about
there we
that.
go.
Yeah, and then Winterfest kicks off November 15th. It runs through January 3rd. Select dates. Check that out on the website. But yes, that is our holiday spectacular. Certainly a great way to kick off the holidays, getting that in that great holiday spirit.
And people should be reminded too that you guys have great deals where if you buy a certain pass, that's all of that you just talked about.
Yeah, the Gold Pass gets you the entire season. So the entire 4 seasons, truly, from pass holder preview all the way through the winter. So that is definitely a great value if you want to have Canada's Wonderland throughout the year.
Who wouldn't? Come on, who wouldn't? And I have
Well,
gone to every event and I know exactly what I'm talking about. I cannot wait to be there as we speak for this weekend. I cannot wait to be there for the summer. I can't wait to be there for fall, winter. Oh my goodness, winter is such amazing. You guys do such a great job. I want to say congratulations to your team and everybody out there. Say hello to Grace for me, please.
absolutely
Um,
will.
and I will see her on the weekend too. But you guys are fantastic. Congratulations. It looks like it's another great season with Canada's Wonderland.
Yes, thanks so much, Rudy. Can't wait to see you there.